Hello everybody, welcome to our Kendmill pre and postnatal series of workouts. Today we're going to be doing some core and mobility for your early postnatal period. So welcome today. My name is Grace. Just to introduce myself, I'm a mother of one. I'm also a pre and postnatal specialist personal trainer. And today I'll be guiding you through our workout. What we all need is just a mat, yourself. I'd maybe suggest getting some calming music, some peace and quiet if you can. I know it's difficult with baby. And we're going to be going through lots of exercises that you can do in the early weeks postpartum to help heal your tummy muscles and just to help alleviate some of those stiffnesses that we can get from things like breastfeeding, being crouched over, not being able to sit up properly, propping yourself up in bed. So we're going to be doing lots of lovely mobility and core work. When you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. So we're going to begin today on our mats, lying on your back. So take your time to come down to the floor. If you've had a C-section delivery, just make sure that you're not really overusing your tummy muscles at all, using your hands to gently guide yourself down to the floor. So you might want to come to lying on your side, nice and carefully. And then guys, we're going to roll onto our backs to begin. So finding yourself a comfortable position. Soles of the feet onto the mat and your back is just relaxing down. You can take your hands either side of you and make sure that you're nice and comfortable here. We're going to begin with some pelvic tucks or pelvic tilts. And these are really, really good. First off, gentle exercises to start to engage your pelvic floor and your core muscles and also your glutes, those big muscles in your bum. So taking your hands to the mat, you're going to relax your back so your spine is neutral. So when our spine is neutral, it's got a slight arch in it, but what we want to try and do now is bring in those core muscles back into the center and try and round the back flat. So for now, we're just going to have that spine neutral, so you should feel a slight gap underneath. Taking a deep breath in, so trying to take the breath all the way into your tummy, breathing in. And then as we exhale, we're going to gently tuck the tailbone under. So we're not lifting up your bum, we're tucking under, pulling your abdominals in nice and tight, rounding your back to the floor on your exhale. As you breathe in again, we're going to relax, spine comes back to neutral. And then as you exhale, we're pulling the belly button in, really squeezing nice and tight like a corset here. Inhale, relax. You might want to take your hands onto your tummy. As sometimes this helps you just kind of connect with those muscles. Let's do a few more repetitions. Exhale, pulling the spine in. So imagine that you're drawing your belly button down towards the floor. Inhale, relax. You're gently squeezing your bum muscles. Think about here as you exhale, squeezing your pelvic floor muscles. So it feels like you're pulling in and up the pelvic floor, yeah? There's lots of good analogies for how you want to connect your pelvic floor muscles after birth. Things like trying to pick up a blueberry with your vagina, that's a good one. Inhale, exhale. So it's that feeling of pulling in and up with all of those muscles through the pelvic floor. Pulling your core muscles in towards the mat. Good. Let's do another two here. Inhale, exhale. Perfect, well done. Just let that spine come back to neutral. Slowly, 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 we're going to straighten one leg and we're going to pull the opposite leg in towards your chest. So here you might already be feeling a bit of a stretch through your glutes and through the hamstrings. Trying to keep that leg extended, trying to gently draw the knee in towards your chest. Taking a couple of deep breaths. And as you exhale, feeling those muscles relax slightly. So we can get quite stiff in the hamstrings, stiff in the glutes after we've had a baby. So it's really nice to stretch them out. It will help alleviate things like lower back pain. Good, let's slowly switch legs. So we're going to bring the opposite knee now in towards the chest. Gently hugging that knee in towards you. Don't worry if your leg's up here as you exhale. Just imagine those muscles relaxing, pulling the knee in towards your chest. Don't forget about those tummy muscles if you can, keep them active. So think about pulling belly button in towards the spine and taking one more deep breath. Good, we're going to slowly go back to that first side again. So this stretch is fantastic for things like sciatica if you are getting lower back pain, because it really helps Just round off through the lower back, yeah? If you find that your back's become quite archy and quite stiff. Okay, back to the first side. We're gonna make this a little bit more challenging now for your core muscles. Taking a deep breath in, your option is to keep your heel on the ground, or you can lift that foot up. Breathing in as you exhale, pull the belly button in towards your spine. We're gonna lift up, nose towards the knee as you exhale, and then again as you inhale, relaxing back down. We're gonna go again, exhale, coming up, nose to knee, inhale, relax. Let's do 2 more, so we've done 4 here. Exhale, coming up. Remember, you can take that foot to the ground if you need to. Last one, exhale, pulling belly button in towards the spine, slightly tensing those core muscles. Good, we're gonna go to the other side. So slowly and carefully, switching legs. So you're trying to pull that knee, imagine it's coming towards your armpit, yeah, instead of your chest. So you're opening up through the hip here as well. Lifting that lower leg if you can, that's gonna make it a little bit harder on the tummy muscles. Breathing in. Exhale, coming up, nose to knee. Good. Inhale, relax. Exhale. So we've done 2 here. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 1 more. So really focus on that breath. Breathing in to relax. Exhale. Pulling belly button in, slightly engaging through those core muscles. Perfect. And then coming back down to the floor. Good. Just let those knees rock slowly side to side. Well done. Just release your lower back for me into the mat. Giving your knees a little hug if that feels good. Perfect. We're going to be moving on, taking the feet back down to the floor. This time we're going to lift one leg. So we're going to lift one foot up, flexing that foot. So you're pushing the sole of the foot away, not pointing the toes, flexing here. Your knee wants to be at a 90-degree angle. Taking a deep breath in. Again, as you exhale, think about pulling your belly button down towards the mat. That's the best way I can describe it. So you're trying to eliminate any space between your lower back and the mat. Some people find this easier, some people find it really hard. If you still got a gap, just try and think about making that gap as small as you can, yeah? So we're pulling those deep tummy muscles, our transverse abdominis muscle in towards the center, and that's what's gonna help with any ab separation. So holding it here, we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe in, we're actually going to lower the leg down toward the floor. And as you exhale, we're going to tense those muscles, lifting the leg up. So again, you might want to have your hand on your tummy. Exhale, lifting that leg up. Good. We'll go for 5 repetitions here. We've got 3 more. Good. Trying to keep your opposite leg pinned to the floor. Trying to keep your lower back pinned to the ground. Remember the breath. Good. Exhale. 1 more on this side. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, coming up. Perfect. Slowly lower that leg down. We're going to lift the opposite leg. So flexing the foot, trying to keep your knee at a right angle if you can. If you want to make this easier, if this is feeling like it's already too much in the tummy, then you want to bend the knee more. If you reduce that angle, you're going to reduce the work on the tummy muscles. If you want to get a bit more work, then try and keep that leg up in that right angle position. Again, using your breath, breathing in, lowering the leg. As you exhale, drawing belly button in. So as we exhale, we're thinking about pulling belly button in, lifting that leg up. Perfect. Let's go 3 more on this side. Exhale. Taking your time. And 1. Well done. Taking the foot back down to the floor. So here's your opportunity. You might want to go through those exercises again, once more on each leg. Or if you prefer, you can come with me and we're going to continue with some additional exercises, this time making it a little bit harder. So here's your chance. You can go back to that exercise 1 more time, 5 on each side, or we're going to progress slightly now. We're going to progress that last exercise, those abdominal marches, this time using both legs. So gently bringing yourself down onto the mat. Remember to use your hands to support you. If you are early weeks post C-section, and even if you are had a vaginal birth, I'd still take your time coming down onto the mat. So nice and carefully and comfortably. Palms onto the ground, pulling your belly button in toward your spine. This time, if you can, We're going to lift both feet up, yeah? So it feels already a little bit hard on those tummy muscles, trying to control them by pulling them in towards the ground, trying not to let your back lift up as you lift the legs up. If it does, that's too much, come back to that single leg movement. So here we're going to take a deep breath in, we're going to lower the leg down, keeping the opposite leg lifted, exhale, lifting up. So here we're going into some full abdominal marches if you can. The key is to, again, think about engaging the core, so pulling your belly button in towards your spine. I often say to people, imagine if you had a toddler or your baby, your child, was going to jump on your tummy. It's that feeling of firmness that you get. It's not trying to suck anything in, you're not trying to suck your tummy muscles in as such, you're just trying to make them firm, yeah? Bringing them together. Inhale, coming down, exhale. Let's do another 8 here, doing really well. 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. Remember, take the feet to the floor if you need to. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Well done. Slowly taking the feet back down. Good. Just gently rocking the knees from side to side. Well done. We're going to make our way up to seated now. We're going to do some hip opener exercises. So coming over to the side, coming up for me on your mat. So bum is going to be on the floor. We're going to do some nice hip mobility. So your hips will often get really, really tight during pregnancy. They take on a lot of strain. We're going to be sitting on our mat. We're going to start off with some windshield wiper mobility work for the hips. So we're going to be sitting up nice and tall. Feet are wide for this, wider than hips width apart. Try and relax your shoulders. You can have your hands behind you. You're going to take a deep breath in. We're just going to let the knees fall over to the sides. Good. Coming back up to the center. Exhaling, coming over to the opposite side. So with this, it doesn't really matter which way you're breathing. Just make sure you're breathing the whole time. And also, don't worry if those knees don't come down all the way to the floor just yet, okay? We're just trying to get them as far as we can. So we're getting that external and internal rotation with the hips. So this is a really good one for stiff and sore hips. So it might help with symptoms of things like pelvic girdle pain, yeah, or rounded ligament pain that you can get during pregnancy that may sometimes carry on into post-pregnancy, yeah? Good, let's do a couple more here. Perfect. 2. Let's do one more. Excellent, good. Bring those feet back to the center. We're going to try and isolate one leg now. So we're just going to bring the knee in towards the center. So taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, let's take that left leg in towards the center. So it's a little bit of a stronger stretch and then back up. Exhale, do the same with the other side. So just try and tip that knee in. Good, so you should feel now a stronger stretch the inside of that hip. Remember, you can just come to wherever feels comfortable, okay? If you can only move the knees slightly, that's fine. Everybody's hip mobility is different. Taking your time, but it will feel a little bit stronger than that last one that we just did. Perfect, guys. Let's do 4 more just like this. 4. Focusing on the breath. 3. Good. 2 more. Excellent. And 1 more. Perfect. Well done. We're going to give the glutes a little stretch out now. So taking one foot across the opposite knee, we're going to shuffle that foot in towards you. So you should feel a nice stretch here. From this position, you've got an option. You can stay here if that feels like it's enough of a stretch, or we're going to come down onto the arms and we're going to slowly let the knee tip from one side, back up to the center, and then let it rock again to the other side. So again, we're getting much more of an opening now in the hip. Coming back to the center. Exhale, coming down. Again, if you want to make this a little bit tougher, lifting that leg up, increasing that angle, but you're going to increase the tension on your core. So if it feels too much, keep that foot on the floor. Let's do 2 more on this leg. Excellent, well done. Take that foot down. We're going to go to the other side. So stepping the foot across. So you're making like a figure 4 position with the legs. Stepping that foot in. Feeling that stretch in the bottoms. This feels really nice if you're feeling super stiff, because we'll often end up sitting down for long periods when you're doing things like breastfeeding or recovering after birth, okay? Good. If you want to come down to the forearms, you can keep the heel onto the ground or lift the foot up. And we're just going to let that knee come down to one side, trying to control as much as you can. Up to the center. Good. We're coming down to the opposite sides. So I'm feeling the stretch a little bit more on my left. You might feel it a bit more on your right. Everybody's got a slightly stiffer side. It's okay. Just try and breathe into that stretch. After this, we're going to finish up with some exercises on all fours. Let's do 2 more here. Doing really, really well, everybody. Good. The last one here. Perfect. And release. Taking the feet down. If you want to, giving yourself another little hug. And we're going to get going with our last round of exercise. We're going to finish our core and mobility work now. Back down onto all fours on the mat. Taking your time. Taking the hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. So what I mean by that is don't take your hands too far forward or too far back. Make sure the placement is directly underneath the shoulders and knees directly under your hips. We're going to begin with some cat-cows. So to do this, we're going to take a deep breath in. As you inhale, we're going to arch the back, look up to the sky. And then again, as you breathe out, pulling the belly button in, pushing your back all the way up to the sky. So what I would like you to imagine here, guys, is that there's an invisible piece of string from your belly button, pulling it all the way up to the ceiling. Engaging through the pelvic floor muscles, pulling in and up, so gently squeezing your bum. Imagining that you're trying to hold in a wee. So imagining that you're going to the toilet, you're squeezing, pulling in and up. Trying not to pass urine. Good. Exhale, pulling belly button in and up. Inhale, looking up. You're also getting really nice spinal flexion and extension here. I'm going to do 2 more just like this. Inhale, looking up, shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, pulling the belly button in. 2 more. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, pushing the spine away and then bringing your spine back to neutral. So we've done flexion and extension of the spine. We're going to add some rotation. So we're going to thread the needle. Bringing the elbow up towards the sky, opening up the chest. Then we're going to thread that arm through, taking the shoulder down towards the mat. Again, we're going to work through 8 to 10 on each side. Don't worry if your shoulder doesn't reach the mat or if you can't open up the chest. Just come to wherever you can for the moment. You should feel that nice, relaxing stretch and opening through your thoracic spine. That's just that mid part of your back. Let's do 2 more here. 2. And 1. So we're breathing in, opening up, exhaling, coming down. Perfect. I'm going to change directions. So getting your alignment, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. This time I'm going to open up to the opposite direction, arm coming up to the sky. As you exhale, threading the arm through. So coming through that space between your opposite hands. Exhale, coming back through. Good. So working your own pace. Both of these stretches are really, really nice. These mobility exercises are really nice for first thing in the morning if you wake up a little bit stiff. Good. 4 more, threading the needle now. Brilliant. 2 more now. Exhaling, reaching through. And last one, so bending the elbow, opening up the hand to the sky, threading the arm through and coming back to the center. What you might need or want to do at this point or at any point is just ease off the pressure on your wrists, because our wrists do take a lot of strain during pregnancy especially, but then after birth, picking up baby, pushing a big heavy pram around, so you can tend to get a little bit of tension in your wrists. So just give them a moment to stretch out. Coming back to our all fours position, we've got 2 exercises here to finish. So we're going to go for arms only bird dog and then a full bird dog to finish up. So giving the hips a little wiggle, I should say, here, just to ease any tension through the lower back. I'm going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, engaging your abs, so lightly pulling your belly button in towards your spine, so your back's nice and flat. From here, we're going to take another deep breath in. We're going to lift one arm up, exhale, lowering down. So it might look fairly easy, this exercise, but if you are engaging your core muscles, curling them in and up towards your spine, not letting your lower back dip, you will definitely start to feel this in your core. So this is an anti-rotational movement. So where we're throwing ourselves off balance by lifting one arm, our tummy muscles are working hard to keep you in that nice straight line. So what your body wants to do as you lift the arm up is go like this. So you ideally would be twisting your weight side to side. What we're focusing on is keeping ourselves nice and still and straight. We're finishing up. 4, 3, good, nice slow pace. 2, and 1, well done. Again, sitting back onto the knees if you need to, releasing the wrists. Bird dog to come. I'm going to show you 2 variations, so slightly easier and then a slightly more intense option if you're slightly further along in your postnatal recovery. Or if you just want to stick to that first option, this is a fantastic exercise. I do this a lot. We're going to pull belly button in towards the spine. Taking that arm up, this time we're going to extend the back leg. So you want that back leg to come just in line with the hip. Not too high, not too low. Exhale, lowering down. So let's do that with the breath this time. Inhale, opposite arm and leg. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. So resist the urge to get that leg any higher than the hip. Because what that's going to do is going to overarch your back and it's going to take that connection out of your tummy muscles. That's where we want to keep the work. Don't worry if you feel like you're wobbling side to side, take it easy. If you want to go back to that arms only, that is an option for you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, pull belly button into the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We're going to do 8 more. This is also nice for your upper back, your shoulder muscles, and your bottom, your glute muscles working here through the back of the legs. 5, 4, 3, perfect. 2 more. Good, keep your head down so your neck is neutral. And 1, well done. You can push yourself back into a little child's pose if you want to rest. I'll show you our very last option here. That's going to add a little bit more intensity to your tummy muscles, challenge you a little bit more of your balance. It's a good progression of your bird dog if you're feeling super comfortable with that. Last one. We're going to come into a bird dog very similarly, so arm and leg extends. Now as we exhale, instead of taking the hand and leg to the floor, we're going to exhale, bringing elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, same arm, elbow to knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Because this one is a little bit more demanding, we're just going to do 5 to 8 on each side. 2. Last one on this side. Good. Taking the hands back again, give those hips a little wiggle if you want to, just release that lower back so it feels nice. Okay, excuse me, opposite side now. So we're going to lift opposite arm to leg, hold it here, get your balance, pull your belly button in towards the spine. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, straightening up. Exhale, knee to elbow, good. Well done. So try not to look up too much with the neck. We're going to keep your neck and your head neutral, your spine nice and neutral. Eliminating that arching. 4 more. Good. 3 more. Brilliant. Last 2. And 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Well done. If you'd like to, if it feels good, taking the knees nice and wide, sitting your bottom back towards the heels, taking the head towards the floor, resting in a child's pose. Then slowly, when you're ready, lifting your head up taking yourself to a comfortable seated position. Well done, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed our postnatal core and mobility workout. Thank you so much for joining me.